Hi everybody, once again, I completely forgot to actually turn on the music until the last minute. So, you had silence for a full straight minute and then a little bit of music.
I got to hear some of the music for the first time listening to Strum videos.
Right.
Because can't really hear it very well here.
Yeah, I have it on my... Oh no, I'm talking about the music that I played before.
Oh, your pre-Strum music.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I very regularly totally forget to play it. Or no, I play it, but I forget to unmute my desktop noises. Because we're playing something that, doesn't come through the desktop. So anyway, shall we? That's not correct. We're not doing that. What we are doing is we're doing a diddly dang a great deduction.
Great deduction time!
I hope you're ready to talk a bunch.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm ready. I got my water. Kindly stand just there, Miss Susato. Oh, yes. I'd be delighted. So, shall we begin?
Yeah!
Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Bring it on!
Logic and reasoning. He has at least one of those things at any given time.
Flipped furniture. Oh no. What is gonna be what? It's plain to see that this room is in complete disarray. The bed, the table and chairs, the lamp, everything is upside down. Almost as if every item in the room had, until recently, been happily positioned on the ceiling.
Oh, for love of God.
Oh God. Before falling straight down onto the floor. Every item in the room was on the ceiling? Are you suggesting that? Indeed, the key here is gravity. Ooh, he's walking. It would appear that technology has at last succeeded in freeing us from the great pull of the earth.
I don't know about that, my friend.
For the gravity in this room was reversed, and then suddenly restored to normality.
I don't know that would actually turn everything upside down, but we'll go with that.
Goodness. The inverted furniture clearly reveals the truth about the part gravity played in this whole business. Can't wait to see Ryoko and rip this apart.
Right?
I quite understand your skepticism, Miss Susato. I, too, was incredulous at first. However, my conviction in my analysis was cemented when I observed this. An anti-gravity device, almost identical to one that featured in a dream of mine only the other day. In fact, I too am having dreams.
Right.
But then, why does it have a clock on it?
And why does it look like a pipe bomb?
Why does it look like a pipe bomb, Mr. Sholmes? A most relevant question indeed. That is a timing device that controls when the gravity direction will switch.
I'm just waiting for this bomb to just straight up go off.
There was clearly a requirement for the engineer to be able to restore normal gravity automatically. And the commotion we heard earlier from the other side of the door was the moment that restoration had occurred.
I mean, obviously it's not actually going to explode, but...
Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the anti-gravity device. So you see, we need look no further to explain the state in which we now find this room. The direction in which gravity acts in here was reversed by Mr. Trebor, before being restored to normality in an automatic fashion sometime later by the timer device. I have witnessed precisely this scene in a dream I once had when I fell out of bed.
Did it knock you unconscious? Is that why you had such a weird... Did you take acid before going to bed again, Mr. Sholmes?
By acid, do you mean what was in the test tube I drank?
I mean LSD. And if by the test tube you drank, you made LSD. Probably.
Now, let us consider the next conundrum. God, I love Susato's face like that.
She's
This
like,
is
what I used to idolize this guy, but I'm not so sure.
What was our engineer friend's aim? Indubitably, the greatest clue we have to explain his actions is above our heads. Yes, how is it possible that there are footprints all the way up there on the ceiling? A question whose answer will lead us neatly to the truth, my dear madam. The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby skylight. We're just visiting the skylight with a jaunty walk along the ceiling. Drebber's aim was singular, to escape. However, there is but one way into this room, excepting the skylight, that is. Ah. Whoa. Woo! By inverting the gravity in here, Drebber was able to fall conveniently to the ceiling. Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes, brilliant.
You're so smart.
And make his escape via the otherwise inaccessible skylight, leaving those footprints behind on the way. But the ceiling in here is very high, Mr. Sholmes. If the gravity reversal was sudden, wouldn't Mr. Drebber had fallen up to the ceiling rather violently? Falling up is both scientifically and philosophically a rather interesting concept, I feel. But the man was cornered with nowhere to run, so escape through the skylight was his only option. You may recall that I found this in the room earlier, which I might be using later with a certain...
This is a bomb.
Which I believe offers a solution.
Oh, you mean the rope.
Oh, the rope.
Look, I know Shibari, you don't.
To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this rope? By anchoring one end to the wall, the man was able to lower himself safely to the ceiling.
What are you talking about?
Which explains how Drebber was able to escape this room before our arrival.
Hey, Mr. Sholmes, how did the stuff actually get upside down, though?
Yeah.
Like, just reversing the gravity would not automatically flip everything over.
Nope.
You know that, right, don't you?
He reversed the pull of gravity and fled via the skylight. And personally, I should very much like to reverse the pull of gravity again now. Just for fun.
You know what? Why don't you go ahead and try it?
Oh my god, you can tear this apart.
Right? I'm like, I cannot wait to tell you how wrong,
Tear it up.
very, very wrong you are.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle.
All right.
Alrighty
Number
then.
one, no.
I want to see that from everyone. Yep. Susato's like, I can't even with this.
She's completely spellbound. Mr. Sholmes, just one little teeny tiny minuscule thing that troubles
Oh,
me.
do tell, my dear fellow. I would expect nothing less. You're destined to be troubled by just one thing for the rest of your life.
And it's you. You are the one thing that troubles me for my whole life. The thing is such a thing actually possible? An anti-gravity device, I mean?
I would say that with man's current scientific knowledge at the turn of the 20th century,
No.
It's no more possible than instantaneous kinesis. Well,
Cool. Great deduction, Mr. Sholmes.
thanks for wasting our time.
But your whole deduction hinges on it.
Ah, but my dear fellow, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. However improbable it may seem, I don't think that holds water. His long-suffering sighs. It's a marvelous line, wouldn't you agree? One of my enduring pearls of wisdom. I had Iris come up with the exact phrasing. My original was clumsy.
Surprising. Yes, I have a feeling I've read it in something that Susato lent me once.
This is his way of saying, I've been living with you for 6 months with nothing to do, and I haven't actually read your books.
Right.
Actually, there is one other thing, Mr. Sholmes.
The spell's broken at last.
The rope you found was on the floor, wasn't it? Indeed it was, in lonely coils near the wall. So lonely, just needed someone to be wrapped up in it. But if Mr. Trevor had used it to escape in the way you described, wouldn't it still be tied to the wall? Mysteries inevitably unravel in the end, as I think you'll find do ropes. And as evidence of such, you need only look at the mystery we faced in this room, now skillfully unraveled.
I don't think, that argument is as circular as the coils of rope.
I think perhaps we might need to give Mr. Sholmes the usual little helping hand.
Look at how concerned she looks. She's like, wow, we're gonna have to unravel this one, aren't we?
That got very coiled up there.
Wow.
That was quite a deduction. I'm sure with some minor corrections, the great detective's great deduction will lead us to the truth.
Yeah, you're right. We must do it quickly before Enoch Trevor gets too far away.
He's like, dude, we've just been standing here. Listen to you. If you're ready, then let us resume.
If he's in a fucking wardrobe, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Oh my god. Helak Sholmes, logic and reasoning spectacular!
Oh man, I can't wait!
Yeah, get him, dear Ken.
Course correction!
Hold it, Mr. Sholmes!
Yeah. Yep. Everything's upside down.
It's upside down. Yep.
Yeah, gravity. Anti-gravity device.
I like his walking, though.
Yeah.
Some nice walking. And Susato's like,
Very scenic. Okay.
To think gravity could have been reversed in this very room. I find the whole idea utterly enthralling, don't you?
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Only Mr. Sholmes could conceive of such an explanation.
But the man himself admitted it was a scientific impossibility, so...
Yes, you're quite right. We must completely discount the idea at once. Oh, I wish I'd gotten a cab of Ryokan saying that.
Oh, that's unusually mercilessly of you, Miss Susato.
I just can't take any more of this. I'm at my quota. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth, so let's eliminate him.
Right. Eliminate.
Eliminate. The great
You
detective-
do have a weapon on you right now.
The great detective himself said so, didn't he?
While refusing to part with his dreams of an anti-gravity devices.
Literal dreams. I suppose so.
Well, let's see if examining this topsy-turvy scene with a little more closely reveals some proof that shows exactly what the gravity in this room was or wasn't doing.
I really like how much they've built up to this particular scene.
Well, I wasn't expecting to find a pretty bunch of flowers here, that's for sure.
It is funny and out of place. Ah, look at that! Standing upright.
I know, that slender little vase looks like it's about to topple at any moment, but the flowers are thriving.
Aw, the flowers are thriving.
Somehow it makes you think of the fragility of life, wouldn't you say? Are you okay? Do you need to talk? Ryukun? Are you okay?
To be honest, Naruhodo-san, something else about it made a rather deeper impression on me.
Wow, I was being poetic for once, and you're just,
so I was like, yeah,
You're just gonna shit all over my poetry, huh?
Shoot.
Hey, Mr. Sholmes?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh.
The upright face clearly reveals the truth about the part gravity played in this whole business.
Upon my word, Mr. Naruhodo, you've surpassed yourself by completely turning my argument on its head. you just looked at a vase of flowers. Trying to impress your assistant here, perhaps?
No. No one is trying to steal your spotlight here, Mr. Sholmes. Trust me.
As you rightly say, though it appears at first glance that all the furniture in the room is upside down, this unassuming slender vase is standing keenly to attention. Much like something... there's a minor there, I know. And unlike the large safe, there is nothing affixing it to the floor.
And it's the exception that breaks the rule.
In short, much as it pains me, the gravity in this room was never inverted at all!
My deepest sympathies for your loss.
They're like, we just looked at a vase of flowers.
Right.
Oh, poor Mr. Sholmes. But the show must go on.
I must continue to spin.
So let us continue with our deductions. Now that we know this contrivance is not in fact an anti-gravity device, there remains but one other possibility.
It's a bomb? Hello? You don't say.
Someone deliberately turned over every piece of furniture in here.
Which might sound obvious, but leaves one mystery very much unsolved. Namely, why would anyone choose to do that?
Quite, and naturally, there is an explanation. Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the anti-gravity device!
He's absolutely determined that this device must have had something to do with it, isn't he?
I'm afraid the lure of an exciting scientific explanation is too strong.
Well, there's no doubt that somebody did this. Somebody turned all this furniture over. So whoever it was must have had a reason.
I'm afraid nothing comes to mind at all, though.
Well, let's look around and see if the answer presents itself.
Yeah. Safe combination. Goddamn, so easy.
Amazing. Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the safe combination. It's a dumb way to hide your safe combination, hello?
Precisely. I believe, Mr. Naruhodo, that you had a very similar experience once, did you not?
I have a lot of weird experiences with furniture. Yes, last year when I bought a lottery ticket and noted the ticket number down on the inside of the cover of a book just in case.
Hey? Is this some random factoid from his life? Lottery ticket?
Yeah, why did you buy a lottery ticket?
Lottery ticket? That's it, for people are forgetful souls at heart, and always make a written note of important information. Just keeping the ticket itself safe would be more sensible, I think. And what, pray, happened next, Mr. Naruhodo?
When the day of the draw came around, I'd forgotten which book they'd written the number in and had to turn my room upside down to find it.
That's cute, but they just kind of planted this in here. I don't think there was some other opportunity for us to learn this.
Right?
That's it, for people are forgetful souls at heart and always forget where they've noted things down. Not if you always note things in the same place. Take him out, Sato-san.
Actually won the second prize, you know.
Oh, hey. He's got decent,
But I couldn't remember which magazine I'd slipped the ticket into and turned the room upside down.
That was pretty great. He's doing the nervous glances.
Right.
I was just enjoying this because we don't get to see him do that face from this direction.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo, but I believe I've proved my point now. Which is that a very similar scenario has clearly unfolded in this room, and someone wrote safe on it. Not very safe.
Finding himself requiring access to the safe, the occupant of this room needed the combination code. He remembered that he'd written it on the other side of a piece of furniture, but he forgot which one.
That's really ridiculous. Leading to the state in which we now find the room.
Why would you have to turn up the entire dresser upside down, though?
Yes, Mr. Trevor overturned all the furniture in here in a desperate hurry to locate the combination code that would unlock the safe.
Wow.
Perhaps we could just, open the safe? Could we just open the safe now, though?
Right.
Now, let us consider the next conundrum. What was our engineer friend's aim? Tom, we've been through this.
Right. Yeah, the footprints on the ceiling.
The footprints on the ceiling. I like this, over the top of them.
Yeah.
Well, if a change in the direction of gravity can't explain it, then how did those footprints get there?
Yes, I feel as though that particular mystery has just become harder to solve.
I can't think of any other way to explain it at all. Oh, life was so much simpler in those halcyon days when gravity could be reversed.
It was minutes ago, and those halcyon days never existed in the first place.
Well, I suppose we must simply put our faith in Mr. Sholmes and observe the area in more detail.
Putting our faith in Mr. Sholmes is what get us into these situations in the first place.
Burn, Yukun, burn. What the fuck?
Hello? Why is there a shoe on the balloon? It's hard to believe, but there's a shoe up there. Look.
Oh, yes, and there are more footprints on this little balloon, too. Perhaps the shoe was thrown up there and became lodged, do you think?
If so, then judging from the number of footprints, it must have been thrown up there several times. Would anyone be throwing shoes up at the... Why would anyone be throwing shoes up at the ceiling, though?
Rage. Other than that, that's beyond me, I'm afraid.
Maybe they needed to move the balloon.
Sometimes after a great deduction, I just need to throw a shoe at the ceiling.
Take that!
Shoe!
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 Shoe.
The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby shoe.
And on closer inspection, there are clearly footprints all over the balloon as well. In other words, the aim was never the skylight at all, but the balloon. But for what purpose? A green balloon. That seems somewhat familiar data.
Ah!
It was a piece of a green balloon's envelope that Mr. Naruhodo and Iris found at the scene.
And inside the green balloon that Master Gotts claimed that he saw above the stage when the incident occurred was a second birdcage, the crux of the whole instantaneous kinesis deception.
You mean to say?
If we assume the balloon in here is a model of the one used on the day, there's a strong possibility that something...
That's Sholmes, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. There's a strong possibility something may be concealed inside it.
Inside it? Don't tell Van Zieks. He doesn't like it when things are inside other things, even if it's spherical.
There's nothing in balloons except hot air or hydrogen or whatever.
There's nothing in you but hot air. He eats a wine glass.
Is that the best you have for me, my learned friend?
Yes. that is exactly the best I have for you.
Something our absconder was desperate to retrieve before making a hasty getaway.
But the balloon's out of reach.
Hence why he resorted to a projectile, namely the shoe.
Ah.
Most probably Drebber intended to tear a hole in the envelope by assailing it with the shoe. However, his efforts were thwarted when the shoe itself became a prisoner of those lofty heights. Oh dear, we desperately need to examine that balloon. If only there were some way we could see inside, some way. You may recall that I found this in the room earlier, which I believe offers a solution. We'll just tie Mr. Naruhodo to it and fling him at the balloon.
What?
That's not what you, no, don't do that, Mr. Sholmes.
I don't think you
with the
could
rope.
throw me very far, Mr. Sholmes.
Well, we won't know till we try. To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this rope? Mr. Sholmes has managed to bring the deduction back to the rope.
And a very stupid idea. Alright. I have to admit, that was really stupid.
It was, wasn't it?
So we just have to throw the rope to the balloon and then pull it down to us on the ground, but he would have nothing to affix it to.
Which is much easier said than done, I feel. And could take us a very long time as well.
True. Perhaps we need a more surefire method. In fact, we already have one, of course, don't we?
Shoot it with a crossbow.
Yeah, we have a fucking crossbow, hello?
Take that!
To reach the intended destination, what better tool to use than this crossbow?
God, I love that face. Look at his face. That was found at the scene, in fact.
Yeah, this is a very,
Ugh.
very smart and handsome boy.
Mhm, he's smart and handsome.
Mm-hmm. In all likelihood, it belongs to Mr. Drebber.
If the man had only brought it away with him that day, he could have avoided losing a shoe at such a critical time as this.
Critical, huh?
God, Sholmes. So, shall we? Your curiosity is deeply stirred, no doubt, my dear fellows. Let's shoot things. Find out what happens. What is it that Enoch Drebber has hidden inside that balloon?
It's a good thing that the...
BAM!
It's a good thing that the,
What?
What?
It's the head! It's the head from the museum exhibit!
Oh my god. I was gonna say, it's a good thing that the ammunition was in the other room.
Yeah.
What the... a waxwork?
Indeed it is! A waxwork head inside a metal mask. Take off the mask. A mask that is shut, tight, and fastened with a strong and quite impenetrable lock.
So we can't see the face inside, that means.
Whoa. When are we gonna get that key?
Right, we're gonna
Next
get this
case.
fucking...
Just a moment. This is the head of a waxwork model? Does that mean... Goodness! I see you've joined the dots, Miss Susato. Excellent.
Ah, of course, a headless waxwork model. The case of the abducted Madame Tuspel's model that you largely solved.
Largely being the operative word.
Right. It was only the head of the killer that was still missing.
Indeed it was. But I believe Madame Tuspels will now have to settle her sizable account with me. This, as you have now surmised, is the head of the infamous Professor.
Yes.
But why is it here? This conclusively confirms my suspicions. The man responsible for stealing the Professor from Madame Tuspels and returning it sans tête earlier today is none other than Enoch Drebber.
This is incredible.
It is incredible.
Professor Harebrain's case and the waxwork abduction they're inextricably linked by Enoch Drebber's workshop.
Oh, God, we're not... How long is it going to take to open this thing up?
Probably the middle of the fucking trial, I guess.
It appears our logical pleasure cruise has come to an end, my dear fellows.
She's a minor.
Well, our logical cruise... All that remains is, yes, to speak with the architect of this adventure. The architect?
You mean Mr. Drebber?
As it seems quite impossible that he escaped via one of the skylights, he must be inside the safe. He's still here in the room. Inside the tonsu, perhaps.
Right.
I heard you mention that once or twice. His location should be abundantly clear. If you simply reflect on the journey we've made together during this deduction.
Do you see these written wardrobe on the floor in Russian? Enoch Drebber is right here, somewhere in this room. He's probably either in the safe or in the fucking...
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Naruhodo, will you do the honors?
Yes, of course. Mr. Drebber's hiding place must be the...
In the safe. Or in
It's
the wardrobe.
gotta be in
It's
the
either
wardrobe.
the wardrobe, then it connects it back to the... It's gotta be in the fucking wardrobe. He's in the wardrobe.
Alright, well, I can't save the game. It must be in the fucking wardrobe. If you need to hide, there's no better place than a wardrobe. I stand firmly by that.
You would know. Ah, yes. You had some experience that yourself. You had some experience of that yourself a year ago, didn't you? I'm starting to grow up now.
Right. We'll find him in there. Mark my words. Curled up in a ball, trembling and hungry.
Oh, dear God.
In fact, my own hand is trembling just thinking about making the discovery.
Oh. Never mind, Mr. Naruhodo. He could be hiding somewhere else, you know. Aw.
Yeah, no.
I'm really glad.
Yeah, we had to.
We had to do that.
Cupboard!
Cupboard! He's in the cupboard! We should
No, he's definitely in the
He's
safe.
in the frickin' safe.
Look at all the mess in front of the safe.
Yes, plans and accounting ledgers.
Almost as if somebody was in a hurry to empty the contents of the safe, in fact. Really?
Yeah?
Oh. I mean,
present.
I have to present.
Oh, you have to actually
I'm gonna
present.
present the fucking save. Yep, it's the safe. God,
I like
he locked
the
himself in
wardrobe
a.
better.
He locked himself in. Okay, but he locked himself in a safe. How was he planning to get himself
How is he
out
planning to
of
get
the
out
safe?
of it? Can you open a safe from the inside? I had not thought that was a thing you could do.
I don't think so. I know you can lock like. There are some not chest freezers. Like walk-in freezers that you can. That you can open from the inside because, you know, people died in there. Because, you know, you got to be able to open things from the inside. But I don't think safes are made that way. Before we gained access to this back room, we heard noises from in there.
Which tells us that the engineer was still in the building at that point in time.
He was in fact searching for the combination to his safe.
And pressed for time, made no attempt to right the furniture that he overturned in the process. From which we can deduce that his search for the combination happened very recently indeed. In summary, Mr. Enoch Drebber.
Is it the...
There's actually just the one of us.
Just you!
Just me. But you know what, for old time's sake, why don't we say it together, my dear
Sure.
fellow? Is at this very moment inside the safe. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes's great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle. That was fun. I'm glad, they were like, nope, Mr. Sholmes. Nope. Elementary.
Yeah, and our first correction is no, actually.
Like, no, it just was not that. So, Mr. Naruhodo, shall you do the honors?
Mm-hmm.
I think perhaps it's time we ended this game of hide and seek, don't you?
By opening the safe, you mean?
Or other things? What else were you thinking of?
Nothing. Let's see. The combination was 1...
432582.
Yeah, I knew that. All right then, here it goes.
Here it goes.
Are you okay, my dude?
Oh God, did we decide who was going to be this guy?
No, you found me.
Wow.
Excuse me, my dude? Hello?
I am becoming no longer human. Whoa. Creepy.
Okay. Right then. Sir, Mr. Enoch Drebber, I presume. Correct.
Wow.
You'd better start talking. You tricked Professor Hairbrain with that bogus machine you built.
And you shall have to explain the theft of the waxwork from Madame Tuspells as well. He's like, you shall have to explain all yourselves and your little dog, too.
Well, I would be delighted to answer your many questions. Personally, I would advise that you deactivate my little parcel first.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Deactivate?
Your parcel?
I refer, of course, to the time bomb. I left it in the most prominent position.
Ah!
Huh. I see. Stunned silence. You're all gearing up to die with me then.
Whoa, man, yikes. No! Mr. Sholmes, with only 7 seconds to spare.
That was too close to comfort. I've got one foot in the grave already. Are you trying to help us get a killer or get us killed?
I guess they fixed it. Mr. Sholmes' deductions can be completely life-altering, can't they? Well, my dear fellows, that was a close shave. Ha! The resemblance to an anti-gravity device is really quite startling, I must say. Anti-gravity devices don't exist!
I wouldn't push it, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh boy.
I don't want to talk
We're
to
just
you.
we're just gonna chat. What
right.
the fuck happened here?
What on earth happened in here? You've found me, haven't you? No need to screw me down any further.
Well, if you insist, there's no need, then I suppose we won't.
Everything in here is precisely what it seems. Yeah, well, we've been giving it a thorough going over. Don't you worry, Trevor. What fails to click with me is how you were able to locate my workshop that I was not expecting. When I heard whistling from the other room, I knew it was time to bolt.
Whistling? Ah, that would have been me. Oh! Mr. Sholmes, for some reason, I woke in fine fettle today. I was quite cheerful whistling about.
I fucking hate you so much. No words, just tightly squeezed chips. Clearly, I must have had a screw loose, though, as I can't remember the combination for the safe. And another one loose, as I couldn't remember on which piece of furniture I'd written it down. We also found a rope over by the wall. Yes, I had hoped to exit through the skylight, but sadly, the rope was too short.
Oh my god.
So then I set about searching for the combination code to open the safe.
And burning the incriminating blueprints, don't forget. Regrettably, though, you failed to retrieve the head from the balloon among the rafters. Did we just, like, miss something? Burning the blueprints? Did they just, like, skim over something?
No.
Wait, what did I miss?
That was last session. They found the blueprints half burned.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I remember it.
I believe you.
And after that, you hid yourself inside the safe, having first set this parcel ticking. Well, I had no intention of being nailed by the police.
Well, most of us have no intention of being nailed by the police.
I am a top, after all. You wouldn't know by looking at me.
He's very timey, which makes me wonder about Strongheart.
He's very geary.
Yeah,
so
geary.
That's more the engineer thing for me. Got a death wish, have you? Hiding right beside a ticking time bomb. Please, why do you suppose I chose to hide inside the safe? It's safe. It's no ordinary safe. It's specially designed. A dynamite explosion wouldn't leave a scratch on it.
So, in fact, the safe was the only safe place.
I already made that joke.
He already made that joke, Mr. Sholmes.
Precisely.
But once you'd climbed inside, you wouldn't have been able to get out again.
I invite you to look more closely. The safe is fitted with a handle on the inside to allow the door to be unlocked from within. Ah, so it is.
You prepared for this.
He sure fucking did. I had always intended to blow this place to smithereens in any case.
Wow.
I just wasn't expecting uninvited guests to come along and screw up my plans. Do you mean to say you're planning to blow us all up? No, that was unforeseen. What do you mean? Most people run, you see, when they see a ticking time bomb at their feet.
Well, I deduced instead.
I calculated the time required for retreat to a safe distance and set the device accordingly. But your seemingly endless discourse in here threw a spanner in the works.
Is something wrong, Gregson? Do I have something on my face? Besides the usual eyes, ears, nose, and mouth? Better to kiss someone with.
Who would you be kissing?
That's confidential.
Yeah, after you lied to me about my boyfriend being dead.
Ah, well, perhaps we'll just...
Who are you planning to kiss exactly?
Perhaps we'll just...
Who exactly is going to be receiving those kisses, Mr. Sholmes?
I suppose no one at the moment.
I think I have a fairly good idea of what's been going on here now. But what about the 2 incidents you've been involved in recently? Professor Harebrain's instantaneous kinesis experiment in at the Great Exhibition, and the waxwork model you stole, which this head belongs to. That's no ordinary head, you know. That's the head of the professor. Clad in a mask, with a lock so strong, I'm unable to open it safely to reveal the killer's identity.
Ooh, maybe once you open the mask, it like, destroys the face.
I've been considering...
Oh.
to carry it around as protection.
Oh. This is you.
What's going on here, Gregson? I'm sure you're aware that I have sole jurisdiction to investigate here. Yes, well, I forgot that I am both of these people. Dr. Scythe again. So the forensic investigation team are here. And you know full well this engineer is a key witness. Are you allowing this lawyer access to him? If Lord Strongheart knew of this, you'd be finished. You lot, leave at once.
My dear madam, there's no need for such a threatening tone, I assure you. After all, that's no way to greet an old acquaintance, is it? Dr. Scythe?
He just knows everyone!
Really does fucking know everyone.
Hello, Sholmes. So Sholmes knows Dr. Scythe?
Not in the biblical sense. If it's protecting the machine next door that's causing such a sour expression on your face, you are quite misguided. It's really nothing more than a shell, you...
Get out.
But of course. We'll show ourselves the door. I see you haven't softened at all. Mr. Naruhodo!
Yes?
It would appear that our delightfully entertaining investigations have run their course for today.
But Mr. Sholmes...
No, I know you want to get to trial. Let us leave this place in the doctor's capable hands.
Sure. I said get out now, all of you. Your presence here is not required either, Gregson.
What? This is messed up.
Understood. But I'll just say one thing before I head off. You're a fucking bitch. If it wasn't for this lawyer and his companions, we'd never have found this place. And the whole workshop would have been blown to bits. There was a time bomb set in here that this lot disarmed. Inspector. Do I look like I give a fuck? Something giving you a chuckle, has it, Trevor? Oh, so sorry. Didn't mean to offend. You're quite right, of course. You did disarm the time bomb, didn't you?
Oh boy. Oh no.
Yes, you did disarm that one.
God, I know it. Oh no. What are you? That one? Yeah, you mean?
Oh
no!
Oh no. Those two policemen are fucking dead.
They're gone.
It was an hour later that we heard the news. The enormous explosion that ripped through the experimentation stage at the Great Exhibition.
Holy shit.
So he's going to fucking prison.
Yeah.
Professor Harebrain's invention and all of its secrets were blown away forever.
Jesus. Wah! Ah!
So he's going to prison for blowing up 2 police officers, probably.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, what the
What the?
what the fuck?
What the actual fuck?
Hey, so what the fuck?
So what the fuck? Yes!
It's
Oh god!
trial.
We fucking made it! We fucking made it! We made it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Is he going to be in his cloak or is he going to?
Oh god, I voiced too many people already.
Yeah.
Great, cool. I love
I
this.
guess I'll be taking random witnesses.
All right. I mean, I think we have all of our witnesses. Don't worry.
I will also be 3 of the 4 people on the bench in theory.
I mean, good morning to you, Mr. Naruhodo. Good morning, Professor. Ready for today's proceedings? I hope so. I should be. Even I, with nothing left to...
Good morning, my dear fellows. I drank some acid and woke up right away.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you're here.
Why, naturally, a true gentleman stands shoulder to shoulder with his friends in battle at all times when he manages to wake up. Also, are there 2 of you? I did take quite a bit of acid.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll see you later then. After you're sober from the acid. Now, Professor, we really need you to remain calm in the courtroom today.
Yes, do try your those. That was just a great burn.
Yeah, it's like,
He's
all
just-
right,
he's
bye.
He's totally done with Sholmes. Do your hardest not to enter the witness stand uninvited again, okay?
Yes, I will. I realized it was a mistake, but
My dear fellows, I must interject. No one is paying attention to
Oh,
me.
you're still here, Mr. Schultz. What's the matter?
No one is paying attention to me. Surely you've overlooked some praise, have you not? To be cast in my direction, Wag, 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 wag.
Sorry,
Wag, wag.
I don't follow.
Wag, 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 wag.
Pet me.
Must I spell it out? I, the great Sherlock Sholmes, the greatest detective of worldwide acclamation, arose at some ungodly hour to be here now, first thing in the morning. A miracle, you must agree.
Well, if I must agree, then...
As you know, my sleep is quite impregnable. Iris had to employ her full gamut of tactics. She pulled the covers off, shook me, poked both cheeks, punched me, and kicked me from the bed and in the nuts. Then she poured a boiling cup of her latest experimental blend on my face, and at last I was bestirred. Oh my, Iris has been busy.
Iris doesn't have it in her to go that far. She's too nice. I sense the spirit of a fellow scientist, one who relishes in the infinite possibilities of blending tea.
I'm the one worthy of praise here, not Iris. This is my victory. My God, Sholmes, really with this?
Sorry to cut in. Who is this?
Miss
Oh, it's Gregson.
Gregson.
Oh, sorry to cut in. Oh, Inspector Gregson. Good morning.
Gregson, my dear fellow, why the grim expression at this delightfully early hour? Did Trevor get away?
Because you're here.
Oh, well.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I've been confronted with a grimmer expression, eh?
Dear me, are you going to take that insult lying down, Professor?
What? I don't know. Or Professor. Anyway, here's the paperwork you asked for. What paperwork?
Ah, I took the liberty of requesting it yesterday.
The updated autopsy
The
report.
updated autopsy report. I have a feeling it may prove useful. He's done one useful thing today.
You wouldn't believe the hoops I had to jump through to get this brought out of the archives.
Is this the Hound of the Baskervilles thing?
It's the professor's autopsy report.
Oh, it's actual.
What the it is an autopsy. Oh, we don't
report.
have it yet. Come
Not
on.
yet. That mass murderers?
Who killed 5 members of the aristocracy? He was found guilty in a trial closed 10 years ago now. It was all done under wraps. It was quickly executed soon after the trial. It's all in here. Okay, can I have it? Thank you.
Give.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, Inspector. Speaking of inspecting. Redacted. Great. Pseudonym the Professor. Hanging confirmed at midnight, 17th of June.
This is gonna come in
Dude
handy.
did not die.
Did not die.
Dude is not dead.
Dude is alive. Yes, much obliged, Gregsy.
Slowly a lot at the yard are just doing what we can in the shadow of the great detective Sholmes, of course.
Whack.
I still haven't praised you at all. Well done, Professor Hairbrain. This is it. Today we're gonna lay all this to rest at last.
I wish you the best of luck, Professor.
I suppose he'll be in there today, will he? Trevor?
Yes, we expect the prosecution to summon him as a witness.
I'm still amazed that you managed to find him in just one day. I really owe you both so much. Counsel
Okay.
on the defendant.
Before we go, I need to pee really quick, so I'm not dying while we do this.
Okay, quick
Right back.
bathroom breaky, but I am still here doing a stretch. Oh my god. So this is gonna be something. Oh god, what even... God, I have to look through the court record. We've got this murderer's autopsy report, the professor who was hung. So, this dude's not dead, for sure. Like, definitely still alive. We don't know... There is nothing to examine on the head. Oh, wait! I mean, I can't examine that, but we'll do that in a second. This fucking... Oh, we have to rotate all this evidence. Fuck me. I'm gonna make sure to do that at some point. Camera. My darling.
My sweetie pie.
Before we go into trial, can we rotate some evidence?
Let's rotate some evidence. Found anything? Ooh.
This lock does look very strong, doesn't it? There's definitely no way you could remove the mask yourself if it was put on you.
Yikes. What a terrible way to treat someone, even a convicted criminal.
I know. It's starting to make me livid, actually.
Mr. Naruto, please.
I mean, just think about it. Imagine if you had an itch under your cheek all of a sudden. You'd be utterly helpless.
Well, yes, that's true. But I'm not sure that warrants quite so much anger.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yep. That was all for that.
That was it. Okay.
But we haven't looked at this really either. There's a little metal plaque here, look. Fostering burgeoning talent for the future of scientific discovery.
It seems rather ironic, doesn't it?
But clearly Mr. Drebber was a really talented scientist. Okie dokie.
That's it. That's all we got, Pokey.
Oh no! Oh no!
What wonderful, what?
It's a good thing I rotated the evidence.
Naruhodo-san!
You really love contraptions like this, don't you? We're just going to ignore the obvious.
I love them when they are not anything mechanical. I find absolutely irresistible.
Almost irresistible, surely.
Well, whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I can't help myself. I simply have to take it apart. That's cute.
That's worrying.
Yes, Father tells the time by the rumblings of his stomach now. He's given up having a watch.
Poor Professor Mikotoba.
And the blood. Look, Mr. Naruhodo.
What is it? I can't see. I'm legally blind. Please tell me.
On the bellows just here, there seems to be some very dark red stains.
Yes, you're right. Looks like blood, actually.
Does it look like blood, actually? Oh my.
I'm sure it's not what you're thinking. Haha.
Aha. This is the thing that also is supposed to have like the memory thing of the
Yeah. Oh, look, the cover came open.
Yes, now there should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take, you see?
Something wrong?
There is no plate. It's been removed.
Ah, what a pity. I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be the actual camera that was used at the time, just like the waxwork isn't the actual person. We'd never have found a photographic print of the executed convict coming back to life anyway.
Oh, yes, you're quite right, of course.
Poor Susato-san, she looks devastated.
Aw.
I actually do distinctly remember that I was going to do that at some point, and never did that. Rotating evidence. Ah, look here, Susato-san.
Oh yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose because it fell from such a height.
Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying down to the crystal tower below. All of about 30 feet, or 9 meters.
Leaving the man inside tragically dead. Sholmes has already kind of cracked my vocal cords.
Oh no.
They're already like throb.
No.
Like, Sholmes, we haven't even got to trial yet. Waggy dog you.
Right.
He's so just blatant.
He's so excitable.
He's just like, pet me.
Pet me.
Why aren't you petting me?
Pet me. We've definitely looked at Andrew as much as we
Andrew
can.
Sheen.
All right.
Okay. All right. 4 guesses, okay? So I gotta write these 4 down because it's gotta be one of these 4 things. Where'd the rest of my cards go? No. Mi cardos. Okay, what about this? Is this a card I can write on? Let's say it is. Okay. All right. So, number 1. It's Zeke's and Kazuma in a cloak. Okay? That's number 1.
Sorry, the way you said that just made me imagine them in the same cloak.
They're cuddled up together under Zeke's giant cloak.
It's Zeke's and Kazuma in a coat.
Ryukun's having a very weird dream.
Right, he's like, what?
Like, oh, I didn't order these things at the same time.
I opened Van Zeke's cloak and Kazuma's inside.
Okay, So then, second one, Zeke's and Kazuma, but Kazuma is revealed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so number 3, no Zeke's, just Kazuma. And number 4, no Kazuma, just Zeke's. So my no Zeke's, just Cosmo one, that theory is that something happened to Zeke's. Like they were attacked again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, oh my god!
The trial's about to resume. How they make your way to the courtroom at once?
Here we go. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, we just kind of put that on the back burner. Oh no, it's doing the thing again. Hold on a minute. Oh my god. How long has it been doing this?
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, I am so sorry. I've got nobody in here to tell me that my thing is being absolutely stupid. Okay. Holy shit. It should be fixed.
Okay.
This is it then. The final chapter. Funny. My heart's racing a little.
You're gonna say final for a very long time.
I've not felt this before, actually. This strange foreboding. As if something's gonna happen in this trial that I'm not ready for.
Oh.
No, you're not ready. You are very not ready for this.
Oh god.
But I can't let that distract me from the only thing that really matters.
Defending my client.
Finding the truth.
Okay, good for you.
No, not
Good
defending.
boy.
My client doesn't fucking matter.
Finding the truth. Here we go.
Yep, he's there.
Oh my god, it's the cloak!
They're both there.
Oh god.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We resume the public hearing of Albert Harebrain, the here present, who stands accused of murder. Are the counsels for the prosecution and defense ready to proceed?
Oh my god.
Why is he so short? What?
What? Is he like, he looks like he's kind of a step back behind
I
him.
think he's probably
He's like
a
standing
step back.
there like,
Yeah.
He's become Frodo.
Forced perspective.
The prosecution is ready, my lord.
Yeah, he must be. Like,
Already got my bottle out.
He must be a couple steps behind.
He's gotta be.
Yeah, bottle out already. Corked and everything. The defense is ready, my lord. As promised, Lord Van Zieks has his apprentice with him. His apprentice with memory loss. If I may, Lord Van Zieks.
Yes, my lord.
There appears to be someone standing at your side. You didn't clear this with the judge first? Hello?
Ah, yes, my apprentice and assistant, as required by Lord Strongheart. Prosecution believes today's proceedings will see the complexity of this case rise considerably. Time to... Ooh! Oh! Whoa! I therefore instructed my assistant to attend to ensure the smooth running of the trial. What?
That's fucking Kazuma.
Oh my
The way he handles his sword is...
baby!
The way he handles his sword is exactly like Kazuma. That sounds so ridiculous out of context.
Oh my god, oh my god.
But it's true.
It's Cosmo!
You have to know this.
Cosmo!
And the smooth running of liquid refreshments by the look of it.
The way he holds himself. The way he moves.
The way he handles his sword that you're not allowed to say because you're a minor, but I'm thinking it.
It couldn't be anyone else. Kazuma-sama.
But he's suffering from amnesia, so there's really nothing we can do at the moment.
God, Dukun, there is plenty of things you can do. Is there nothing we can do, Mr. Dukun? There's plenty of things.
Hand him his katana!
Give it to him! I know, but... Oh, this is so very hard.
You're telling me. Hello? It would appear that the prosecution has done a fine job in responding to the demands of the court made yesterday. I understand you have successfully secured the engineer who disappeared from the scene on the day in question.
Yes, my lord. I intend to call him as witness shortly.
Alright, you just take credit for that. Very good, very good. Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, who have been chosen at random to represent the will, and are you ready and willing to proceed? This is you.
Oh, this is me? Of course, my lord. I'm sure we all understand the importance of doing our civic duty.
I do so despise deception and deceit. I find it so very wearing.
Give this guy a new voice. To take a man's life with a conjuring trick, it is against the magician's code, not to mention the law.
Any fake scientist should feel the wrath of God, if you ask me.
I don't know why I'm here. We have to see what side both sides faces set off while I sit in it.
Wasn't like this in my day, wasn't like this at all.
God. This stupid jury.
If all parties are left ready to proceed, you may begin, Lord Van Zeeks.
Before I do, my lord, there's a report I must read to the court. Ugh. Oh God! I'm glad to have had time to prepare my heart for this. Otherwise, I would be probably losing my shit. Like
you are kind of still losing your shit at least a little bit.
He handed him the scroll. He handed him the scroll. Oh my God! It's Cosmo, baby. Yesterday at the Great Exhibition Grounds, somebody seems to be quite excited about my apprentice.
I was gonna say, the way that you're reacting to him, you'd think he was Joey from the Backstreet Boys.
Good grief, I prefer NSYNC. The evidence of primary importance in this case. The super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine, which was installed on the experimentation stage. I'll say that 5 times fast now.
Cosmo was Joey from the Backstreet Boys all along.
Did Cosmo sign Millennium? It was deliberately destroyed in an explosion affected by an unknown person or persons. Can we calm down in the gallery, please?
It's Joey!
Joey? What? Tell me, go get Joey. It was what? Was it Joey?
That explosion! This is an outrage!
Look at him, Herm. Cosmo, he's here. Riddles is not here.
I know.
Riddles
will be
Riddles
here.
Love to catch it up.
Will be here in the VOD.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I heard this grave news yesterday. Scotland Yard submitted a report to my office in the evening. I read that the machine was blasted to smithers. And Smithers? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Burns.
The wreckage was reduced to ashes in the flames. And also 2 police officers were probably killed.
I have here a photographic print of the scene taken in the wake of the explosion.
Wow, left just enough for us to see that.
Shows what little remains of the machine. That's actually a pretty clean explosion, I gotta say.
Yeah, I guess. Yes, a terrible business. He did it to destroy the evidence, didn't he?
That Enoch Drebber.
The court will take this print as evidence, counsel.
Dun dun dun. Late yesterday afternoon.
Hold that thought.
Rotate, examine, explore. Why don't you?
I mean, it shows us
There's
this
a
like
big old hole.
big old hole in it.
I mean, it's got a big hole. I think we could do something with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's only
is
one
a-
person in this courtroom with a bigger hole. Anyway, I laughed to kill the pain.
The protection afforded to the machine by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act was revoked. Say that 5 times fast. However, before a thorough investigation could begin, the invention was obliterated from existence. As such, this will become a very different trial.
Exclamation mark?
As it stands now, with no evidence on which to draw meaningful conclusions, the authenticity of the kinesis machine will remain forever in obscurity.
Indeed. A most unfortunate state of affairs.
However, one thing remains clear. The victim's death was the result of the actions of the accused. Of that we can be certain. For it was the accused himself who was operating the machine, who ultimately caused its loss of control.
Objection.
As Lord Van Zeek rightfully says, this is a very different trial now.
My boyfriend's here.
Right.
My boyfriend's back and
Yeah.
he doesn't remember me.
Hey, lie, hey, lie.
Exclamation mark.
The accused accepts responsibility for his part in the events that transpired. He acknowledges that Mr. Asman died as a result of the accident caused by his machine's malfunction. However, unbeknownst to the professor, he was being deliberately deceived by a pair of very clever fraudsters. Names, counsel, if you please. The engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebber, and the victim himself, Mr. Odie Asman.
You might call him an odious man. I knew you'd go here.
So what exactly were these two men up to behind the defendant's back? The defense intends to expose that information, thus establishing the unequivocal innocence of the defendant.
You get him, Deacon.
Thank you, counsels. The position of the prosecution and defense have been clearly stated. Lord Van Zeek, summon your first witness, please. Let me get out his chalk and summoning equipment.
My lord.
Candles. Light the candles. Apprentice.
Silently lights them. Summoning. Prosecution. Summoning. The engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebber, to the stand. Thank goodness.
Right.
Thank goodness we're just getting right to this. Oh boy. State your name and occupation for the court.
No. Name, Enoch Drebber. Occupation.
Fuck you.
Hard to pin down, I would say.
That's a good answer. See that black monocle? Why do I feel as though I've seen it somewhere before? I had exactly the same feeling myself.
Your file indicates that you are currently being investigated in connection with another case. Theft of a waxwork model, is it? A most extraordinary sounding business. But that has no bearing on this trial, I assure you. Cleave it from your mind.
You're familiar with the public experiment carried out at the Great Exhibition some days ago? The accused super high voltage instantaneous kinesis demonstration.
Yes, you could say that. I am aware of it. There was a terrible accident, wasn't there?
The scroll, if you will. It was you, Mr. Drebber, who constructed the vast machine used in the experiment. Or so our investigations indicate. Can you confirm your involvement?
Yes, I constructed it in precise accordance with the blueprints, but that's all.
Ah, yeah, I get it. Then the court would be very interested to hear your thoughts about the machine, I'm sure.
I was a little worried he would deny that he had any part in it.
Yeah. He's just like, no, I did it, but I just did what I was told to do.
Right. I was afraid that we'd have to spend a half an hour proving that he
did it.
He actually did the
God.
thing.
Thank goodness. Cutting to the chase here.
An amazing device, if you ask me. The pinnacle of modern science, making instantaneous kinesis a reality at last. What? Good gracious! You mean to say that the experiment was bona fide? Is that your belief, sir?
God, really? Really?
Yes, that is very much my belief. Such a waste that it blew up.
Objection.
Objection.
We've already established that the machine was nothing more than a prop for an elaborate conjuring trick.
Objection.
Objection. You've established nothing of the sort. All that was shown during yesterday's proceedings is that the same outcome could have been produced by means of staged trickery. The defense merely proposed a method and demonstrated its feasibility, nothing more.
But...
I'm going to make you have to tear down everything again, my dear learned friend.
If you procrastinated long enough, I fear I'll witness you, and I'll give your formal testimony about the machine that you constructed for the purpose of the demonstration at the Great Exhibition. Understood. I met the young professor approximately 1 year ago through Aspen's introduction. He provided me with the blueprints, and I constructed the machine to his precise specifications. It was no trick. If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Tell me, did the victim have a twin?
It'd be very Ace Attorney if he did. We're just saying.
All the spectators, the professor was fucking Enoch Drebber.
Of course. Of course he was.
Or not Enoch Drebber. It was the professor was Odie Aspen.
Wait, you're saying the dead guy was the professor? The guy with the mustache?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because
Go to the court record.
Because that's why he stole the waxwork model.
I mean, go to people. Boss of a large criminal organization. I mean, he's like a mafia boss, though. Why would he serial kill people?
Well, he would have, like, however many years ago. What was it, like 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
He would have been a serial murderer like 10 years
okay.
ago.
Yeah, I guess so, but Odie Aspen is such a it'd be such a disappointment, I feel like, if they had a joke name for this guy and he turns out to be the professor we've been chasing after all along. I think that if it's Enoch Drebber, that's
I think that his
nose,
name is something different.
like this is a cover. Yeah, like he has another. This is not his real name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is a pseudonym.
So he's secretly the professor underneath all of that.
Mm-hmm. All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads, then crash headfirst into the crystal tower. Terrible accident, I grant you. Perhaps the science on which the machine was built was flawed somehow. A body double?
Very Ace Attorney.
That goes without saying, surely, to give the impression that something has moved when in reality it hasn't. It's a basic conjuring principle. The deception cannot be achieved without substituting the original with a fake at some point during the performance. But would I be right in saying you haven't managed to establish anything along those lines?
Incidentally, the prosecution has already confirmed that Mr. Asman had no twin siblings, just in case you're wondering for your theories.
It's my understanding that the witness is well versed in conjuring artfulness. But such talents do not indicate that he was actually able to accomplish what he claims. Namely, the construction of what, by all accounts, must have been an extremely complex scientific machine. Whatever do you mean? Yesterday's proceedings brought the true nature of your past exploits to light, Mr. Drebber. Indeed it did, my lord. As a swindler who preys on innocent scientists to elicit government grant money through conjuring know-how. Yes, it's true that I possess considerable knowledge of stage magic. But crucially, my scientific knowledge more than matches that of any academic in the field.
Investigation of the witness's workshop attests to that claim, my lord. As evidence, the police found this Royal Society trophy for young talent in science there. Yes, that's true. We spotted it there ourselves.
If a hypothesis is sound, it can always be forged into physical manifestation with sufficient skill. Though I may have sold the secrets of some deceptive wiles to sniveling, talentless scientists in the past. Would you therefore assert that the explosion of the machine was an unfortunate accident, or, of course, a deliberate act of murder, carried out by misuse of science.
God, this guy.
Counsel for the defense. Your cross-examination, please. Yes, my lord. Great. We're gonna have to use a fucking waxwork model for this shit.
We sure are.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna try the thing. I'm going to present the thing, but there's a chance that it'll say no, and then I'll have to press everything.
Objection.
They said no, and I'll have to fuck off.
Press everything.
Alright, well, it's gonna take us another 30 minutes to get around to it.
Oh boy, oh boy.
You'll love to see it. Alright. I get to be both people here. Hooray!
Time for me to snack.
Wait, I've already forgotten the controls to this game.
Hold it.
There we go. So you were already acquainted with Mr. Osmond himself? Not really. By chance, I'd seen his name mentioned in the papers, that's all. But I had no interest in his private affairs. If he is an unscrupulous investor, it was no concern of mine. As long as people pay their bills, I take up my tools and construct what they ask for. So why did Mr. Osmond approach you in particular then? Who can say? I presume because my name is associated with excellence in engineering. Not to mention excellence in fraud. Hard to gauge, but the point is, all I did was construct the machine according to the blueprints I was given.
In other words, the kinesis machine was built on solid scientific principles.
Yes, you might say that. Professor Harebrain certainly has a mind like no other.
A mind like no other, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Hold it.
It's clear that you have both scientific knowledge and knowledge of conjuring magic. However, the more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to handle whatever comes along. But your implication is that I furnished the machine with some trickery, I think. It's a possibility that we have to explore. Unfortunately, though, the machine has been blown to Kingdom Come.
And how did that happen, buddy?
So there's really nothing left to explore, is there?
Okay. It appears that the kinesis machine was fitted with a timed explosive device of some kind.
And there's nothing left of the device either. Not a single shred of evidence remaining, I hear. And as the person who constructed the machine was definitely, I am not the first suspect for someone to have put a time bomb in the machine. He must have planned all this from the outset. But in any case, it's abundantly clear that the experiment couldn't have been a trick. You motherfucker. Of course, that's it. Mr. Osmond was a twin. Ryukun.
Cosmo's starting to vibrate over there.
He's like,
something feels very familiarly adorable and...
Somehow I'm aroused by this man being a moron.
God. What's happening to me?
Right, I'm sweating. He's sitting in the back there like...
Perhaps my learned friend wasn't listening earlier. Mr. Asmund had no twin siblings and no ass.
No, I heard you before, but the thread of hope hasn't quite left me.
The demonstration could have been a trick if there was someone who looked sufficiently like the victim. But Dr. Scythe absolutely ruled that out as a possibility. Scroll, please. It is beyond question that the victim himself, Mr. Asmund, did move from the stage to the Crystal Tower.
So, I'm having a weird sense of deja vu that perhaps I have watched this particular case before, but I don't, like this particular part of the case, but I don't have any context as to why I would have done that, like just this part, and what would have happened. So I'm just assuming that it's just a random bout of deja vu, because I don't actually remember any specifics.
Something about the scroll.
Something about the way that they were talking about, like Susato and Ryukun just now were talking about conjuring tricks and twins. Either it's very familiar in Ace Attorney, or I have watched this specific part before.
I kind of wonder if maybe the dialogue that they just had was extremely similar to a way that they discussed it in the previous state of this case. Because they did
No.
about
This would have like it's vague enough of a memory that I would have seen this like years ago.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
The fingerprints found at the scene attest to the fact. So it can't have been orchestrated using someone who looked identical to Mr. Aspen then. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
oh no, nothing. Just the idea of someone who looked identical to the victim is playing on my mind.
Hold it!
It crashed headfirst, you say? According to the many witness reports from those there at the time. Am I missing something about the fucking court record? Is there really nothing else? Oh. I should have presented this instead. Maybe. Son of a fuck! Okay. According to the many witness reports at the time, yes. Were you not there at the exhibition grounds on that day? Unlikely. I rarely leave my workshop. Yet another one of your unique inventions was found at the scene. Well, it was the unveiling of a machine I'd labored over for many months. I saw it clearly with my own eyes, the birdcage plummeting headfirst into the tower. What a surprise! I believe the victim's neck was broken from the headlong fall, wasn't it?
Cosmo's like, neck was
broken.
Neck?
How would you have come by that
Neck?
information?
Was it broken by a kitten?
No. Even an infernal recluse like me likes to read the papers, you know. According to the reports, 2 injuries were apparent on the victim's body. Yes, he'd been stabbed in the chest by a screwdriver believed to belong to the defendant, and he had a broken vertebrae as a result from the fall from a considerable height.
Correct. My learned friend has been doing his research, it seems. That would be the last compliment you get from me today.
Oh. Do we know which injury was the fatal one?
Sadly not. Forensic science is not yet at a level where such things can be determined. What we do know is that the victim died having sustained both injuries at some point during the experiment. And since he was found in the birdcage with his neck broken...
It's obvious that he fell from a considerable height. I suppose that's hard to deny. Okay. Munch. All right.
Objection!
No, really? Not that one either?
So it's something about... It's playing on his mind that there could be, like, someone identical to the victim, right?
Right. I'm not losing a fucking thing this early. I'm so annoyed! You really want me to press everything?
I guess so.
Oh, I didn't actually press the thing. I accidentally Sorry, I just saw the... What on earth must you
What
be
on
feeling
earth?
towards Trevor?
What on earth must...
Hold it!
So you understood the science, did you? Not in the slightest. Oh, right. As I've said a number of times, I'm an engineer. Excuse me?
Aha.
Excuse me?
There, okay, that's how we're gonna use the fucking
All right,
trophy, I
you
guess.
motherfucker. I hate you so much. I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game. As I've said a number of times, I'm an engineer. My job is to manufacture according to the blueprints I'm given. I would be inviting manifold problems if I foolishly allowed my brain to digest the ideas behind them. I could be accused of stealing those ideas, for example. But how is it possible to construct a machine without really understanding the principles it relies on? Well, you're practicing law without really understanding the principles it relies on, aren't you?
Burn.
Hey! Very good point. I study sometimes.
Stand up for yourself, Naruto-san! The point is, the experiment resulted in instantaneous kinesis taking place. As such, the science must be sound.
Yes, and really, experimental results are all that matters when it comes to proving a hypothesis. He's certainly very sure of himself. What do you think? No, this is so stupid.
Maybe present the trophy on this one? Feel like you should fucking know, man.
Like you should. I don't. Yeah, I guess. It doesn't seem as obvious as the
I
other
know.
one, and that makes me so upset.
Objection!
It's not that. Sorry, I keep accidentally doing that. I'm so upset. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
I'm hungry.
Oh god, I don't want to do this again. Okay. Blueprints. We require a body double. Oh god. You know what?
In the court record?
Let me say something. I am going to take a break.
Okay.
I'm gonna give myself some fucking ice cream. And while I'm doing that, I want you to look through the court record.
Okay. Okay.
So, do you want me to switch to BRB while you eat and look through the court record?
Yeah, you can do that.
Alright, so I'm just gonna BRB. I'm gonna run a real quick ad. Come back with ice cream, and then we're gonna come back at this, because my brain is very dead right now. I woke up extremely early this morning for no reason. So, I'll be right back.
Option?
Okay. Thank you for sticking with us. I was getting a teeny bit moody because I'm sleepy. And also this guy's voice is pitched just a little bit downwards, so it's actually hurting my throat. And he has to talk a lot. So, what did you think about, baby?
My theory is to present this picture of the victim.
This picture of the victim.
Just try that first.
Why does he got a backpack on? He's in the cave. Oh.
Objection.
Nope.
It's not that. Okay, great. Let's just allow ourselves to take some hits for a
Until
little
we
while.
figure it out. Yeah. And we press this, right?
Yes, we did. So we
So it's not gonna be that.
it's not this. It's not this. It wasn't this.
Yeah. I don't think we actually have anything on this one.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Let's look back at the other options. Maybe
But
we
like,
just can't go for this angle right
so
now.
the.
Or maybe there's something else that proves that you didn't need a twin to pull this off.
Okay. Here's my issue. We already pressed everything, so there's literally nothing else we can glean from the testimony.
Yes.
And we have to find the statement in here that we have to present something on.
Yes.
That's the problem, that's the solution. I don't know where anything is.
All I was trying to say was...
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. I'm not trying to sass you. I'm very fixated on like what do we present right now?
Yeah, no, but that's what I was talking about. I was saying maybe it's not that we present some evidence there was a body double, we present some evidence that you didn't need to have a double to pull this off.
Right, but we don't have any evidence like that.
I don't know. I was trying to think about that.
Like, there's... Like... Because the thing that's also bothering me is that the only thing that we had, like, any, like, Rinosuke, like, commented on at all was this. Like, at the very end, he was like...
Maybe it's a giant hole in the floor. The evidence that you could drop the birdcage down into there. So
yeah, but he was saying that it is very much, like...
Objection.
No.
Yeah, it's
Damn
not
it.
that. Because the thing is that you said in the very next statement that, like...
Wait, actually, can you do the history? The judge had a funny exchange with him right there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Objection.
That's funny.
Okay.
Scroll.
Yeah. Fingerprints of the scene. What are you thinking? And then he says...
Nothing.
What's the idea? Someone who looked identical to the victim is playing on my mind. There is nobody who looks identical! Oh my god.
So I'm just saying, maybe, is there something in... Okay, court record again?
This is actually pissing me off. Like, I'm actually a little bit mad right now. So, like, this is the only thing I can think of, but, like, we can't open it, and I've already presented it.
Go to the photo viewer. I don't really see that we could say that Enoch looks like him.
Objection.
No,
No.
we can't. Okay. All right, so we're loading. Because I've literally just been presenting random ass evidence to see what sticks. And I really don't feel like looking it up because I like at this point we could definitely spoil ourselves by accident.
We tried presenting this on the twin statement.
Right.
The birdcage, maybe?
Maybe his precise specifications. Maybe we're talking. Maybe this is what we're talking about. Hold on.
I got a really dumb one for you. Really dumb idea?
So, hi, Ziva.
Hey, Ziva.
So I'm thinking right now is that I present this because it's like, did he really specify that?
Okay, you can try that.
Objection.
Okay, want to hear my dumb
No.
idea?
Okay, let's hear your dumb idea because it's no dumber than all of my ideas.
Okay. So on the statement where he says all the spectators saw it like it crashed down,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go back to that statement because I need to see if he's saying what I think he
Yeah,
said.
go ahead and get to that statement.
I don't know what to press.
Just A.
Just A?
Don't worry, it's not that complicated of a game. Basically, when in doubt, you press A.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, so here, this is totally nitpicky.
Mm-hmm.
All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads. Not all the spectators.
Mm-hmm.
Objection.
Nope.
Nope. It's not that.
Okay. I know that you don't like this, but I do appreciate when it does actually take some effort to figure this shit out. I know this is too far in that direction, but
Maybe I have to repress everything.
could be.
I'm gonna repress the first two statements at least.
I'm just doing all this with the apprentice just right there.
Okay, well first actually I'm gonna reload.
Yeah.
So I get all my fucking things back, because it's annoying that this is the first fucking testimony of the trial. It's pissing me off so bad. Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Oh my god. Alright, let's repress these two. Okay.
Hold it.
Not exactly what I expected from this trial. I thought there would be much more tension.
Right, so...
Hold it.
God damn it, I didn't mean to do that again. So I already presented the picture of the machine on this statement. Or I mean on this statement.
On this, yeah.
Did I present this on the other statement about the twin thing? I think I did.
I think that you did. That was one of our ideas. Well, you could try it again just to be sure. Did we present the bird cage on this one?
Why would you do that? Like, so I'm not mad at you for saying that. I am mad that if that were the case, I'd be extremely mad.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what was any indication that would be a thing that we would have had to do?
Wait a second. Okay, I've got a dumb theory. Okay, so go to the last statement.
Which last statement? The
last
previous
thing.
one, or
yeah. Okay, this is really dumb. The screwdriver. Screwdriver was stuck in there.
I'm so
Screwdriver stuck in there. So, is it really an accident, or did you fuck some shit up? Was the screwdriver in the blueprints?
Objection.
Nope, that's not it.
Thank goodness.
Okay, I am very upsetting. I saw the birdcage. We present the birdcage here.
Objection.
Are you fucking serious? What do you mean?
It's gonna be okay, baby.
Kill me.
It's gonna be okay.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you can explain yourself.
Explain.
Explain your galaxy brain.
I am confusion. We've examined the birdcage that crashed into the crystal tower ourselves. As you can see, the cage, which is a wooden construction, has sustained damage in one particular spot. So?
Following the explosion, it fell some 30 feet into the glass of the crystal tower. What do you expect, man? That level of damage is to be expected, surely.
Oh my god. I agree. The damage itself is entirely understandable. What doesn't make sense is the location of that damage. What do you mean?
Yukin, are you actually ahead of us on this one?
He might be ahead of us on this one.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Oh, got him.
All the breakages in the wood are at the base of the birdcage, not the top. So? What do you mean? I don't get it.
I don't understand.
Oh, the neck. He broke his neck.
Oh, god fucking damn it. Ugh. We got Trevor sweating.
that was not a connection I was making. I'm so sorry, everyone who was screaming at their screens just now. I'm so sorry. My brain. I have like 2/3 of a headache, and am tired, and my voice hurts. What are you saying?
The apprentice is like, oh, kind of into this too.
That's the opposite of where they should be. That's right, my lord. The birdcage that was at the scene was damaged at its base. So we have reports of the birdcage falling headlong into the crystal tower, yet the damage is at the bottom. The only way to reconcile these two facts is to accept that there were 2 bird cages in play that day, which were at some point switched. Switched during what wasn't a scientific experiment at all, but an elaborate piece of stage trickery. Yeah.
Aha. Look at him.
Good gracious. Explain yourself, witness. No thanks. Well...
If we examine the facts, there's only one logical conclusion we can draw.
We can draw?
I can't, actually. The damage on the base of the birdcage clearly indicates that it crashed tail first into the tower.
Objection.
But multiple witness reports claim that he fell head first.
The birdcage materialized in the sky next to a balloon flying over the stage, following a spontaneous explosion. At an altitude of some 60 feet above ground level. Which is approximately 18 meters, FYI. It then proceeded to fall some 30 feet into the Crystal Tower in the ensuing deflagration. Witness reports amid such chaos are notoriously unreliable. So you're just saying we can't rely on witnesses?
So everybody who saw that happen are suddenly unreliable now.
Mm-hmm.
But the victim's neck was broken.
Apprentice twitches. He plummeted 30 feet inside a heavy wooden cage, what you expect. However he fell, it would be unsurprising to find one or two of his vertebrae crushed.
Are we having trouble with containers again, Lord Van Zeeks?
What about containers?
He was upright in a container.
He fell, though.
And the container's damage is inconsistent with the damage to the thing within the container.
Well, he fell, so he got smashed.
Van Zeeks. A riveting scientific analysis of events from the prosecution there. Though, to be even more rigorous, you would have to say it was only one vertebra, in fact.
Okay.
He wasn't quiet for long.
I find it hard to see what's motivating Lord Van Zeeks. Put up with this bullshit. This witness is clearly a swindler, and one who deceived a personal friend of his. Yeah, no kidding.
If you're going to establish this deception, do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's just making Duke do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, that's what he sees. He sees that Van Zeeks is doing that.
Sorry?
I feel like that's the undertone here.
Aw, I like that little glancy glance.
Yes, and there's one more point. The defense appears to have forgotten. It obviously wasn't a trick, and the certain truth very plainly demonstrates. You mean the thing I tried to establish like 3 times during the last testimony, you piece of shit? What? It seems to me that the cross-examination had better continue and tell me something. I hate this so much! Mr. Jarbo, you will amend your testimony with the details of this truth? Of course, we must treat the matter scientifically, after all. I nearly had him there.
Narg.
I know you're gonna be on the fucking stand all day, and I hate you for it. Because I want to be done with you so quick. You fucking idiot!
Yeah, I really thought we'd have a lot more attention over how, like,
hey,
the
did you
apprentice is
not?
right there.
Oh, he wasn't as part of the trial.
Objection.
No, okay, that's not a thing. Nowhere else 30 feet high for the
Which one did you
birthday
just present?
fallen from the photo.
Yeah, that seems to be the obvious thing.
Not that one either. Okay, cool. Did I
Did you press that
Did
one?
I save before I started? I think I
Go back
did.
and load.
Yeah, I did save. Okay. Alright, let's press it at the very least.
Hold it.
What do you mean? No, this is yours. Hello. Well, before the demonstration began, the victim was alive on the stage in front of the audience. Oh, it's the hole in the ground. Sorry, I'm a dumbass. Yes, there are a lot of witnesses who saw Mr. Aspen on the experimentation stage, that's true. And the victim's neck is a result of an impact following a fall. Logically, therefore, the victim must have fallen from somewhere.
The school. Ugh. I keep forgetting we get a brief glimpse of him under the cloak when he does that. Passing the scroll again. The balloon that exploded was at an altitude of 60 feet. The point of impact on the tower was 30 feet up. That difference of 30 feet is therefore the total distance the birdcage fell. It's math. Bitch.
You can examine it frame by frame when we're no longer streaming. And there's no other location from which the cage could have fallen in that distance if it didn't drop out of the sky. Ergo, the victim himself must have been beamed to the other side of the stage above the sky, in the sky above the Crystal Tower. Hi, West.
Hello.
Welcome to the most annoying testimony of the entire series so far.
I think this is way better than dealing with the kid and the balloon guy.
That's true. That's true. The fucking balloon, the kid and the balloon guy was a little annoying as well. Dear me, every time I hear it explained, it sounds increasingly plausible. Oh yes, it's all very well thought out.
Certainly all the spectators on the day saw it. The birdcage plummeting 30 feet through the air, I mean.
Irritatingly, yes. Alright. No! Shit!
Ooh. It's scroll time. Okay. I took a video, so I can now just gaze upon it.
Mm-hmm.
We gaze upon it and do analyses.
Okay. Okay. No prep.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh.
Okay. How about this hole?
Objection.
Fuck off!
Really?
Fuck off with that! Are you serious? I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Nowhere else 30 feet high for the birdcage to have fallen from. What about this fucking hole in the ground?
Ooh.
You've gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm so mad. What do you mean? Do I do the stage? Hello?
Objection.
It's the stage!
It's the stage!
Oh god! It's something totally new! Oh my god, I'm so frazzled right now.
I got some of the details
It's
on
got
Cosma.
me fucked up.
Check it out. Blech.
I will check this out later. We will look at this before we go to bed tonight.
Okay.
Anyway. This is a diagram of the experimentation. I just want this testimony to be over. This is a diagram of the experimentation stage and its surroundings. We know that somehow the birdcage appeared in midair before falling into the Crystal Tower. A fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters. However, if you examine the diagram carefully, you'll see that there is one other possible location for which the birdcage could have fallen. The same distance of 30 feet.
No. How dare you?
Containers. The bane of my existence. Well, it appears a defense is a possible explanation to put forward. Go ahead, counsel. Sorry, I'm not even acting for the judge anymore. I'm like, yes, my lord, of course. You will indicate the place from which you are referring on this same diagram. Yeah, okay. Hello, the stage.
Take that.
The place for which I'm referring to is here. But that's where the birdcage would have been to begin with. Wow!
No, it's not. Oh my god.
Amazing! Which is exactly the point, my lord. Hello? Yes. The birdcage was in the machine on the stage.
And then it was not. It fell down.
But we must also consider the height of the stage itself. Go on, Council. It turns out that the experimentation stage was built at a considerable height above ground level. If you look at the diagram, in fact, you'll see it's about the same height as above the ground as the balloon was above the crash site.
I would ask you to show me exactly where on the diagram again, but I sense you're not in the mood for that.
I mean, well, I'd have to come over to your desk, and honestly, I think that if I were to sit on your desk and put your hand on where the thing is, I would be smacked silly by somebody on your side of the bench, but that's just a...
My apprentice seems to be vibrating for some reason.
When the experiment got underway, the machine and the birdcage were engulfed in steam. At that moment, the floor of the stage gave way, and we assumed there would be a void underneath. This birdcage and the one seen by the audience have fallen, would have fallen almost exactly the same distance. Bless you, by the way.
Gadzooks!
What? Once again, my lord, all this all points to the fact that there was not one birdcage, but two.
Double birdcage. Is that what you're proposing? My learned friend has no evidence that the stage had such a contrivance in its design, other than the evidence he has.
Other than the photograph that
evidence.
you submitted to
No
the court.
evidence other than...
Someone is responsible for the criminal destruction of the kinesis machine itself, it's true. However, the stage still stands. Yeah. Thank you for not making me present this.
Thank you, dear Ken.
And take a moment to look at the photograph. Take a look at this photograph, if you will. Of the scene following yesterday's explosion.
Does not make me laugh.
Good lord, the metal grill that had formed on the floor is undone.
Good lord, you've only presented this photo like 5 times trying to get this guy to cough up.
Right? Yes, most likely blown open by the force of the explosion that destroyed the rest of the machine. The defense calls for the space below the stage to be investigated immediately.
That's probably not going to happen immediately.
Right? Mr. Drebber? It was you who built the kinesis machine. Which means that it was you who built the 2 bird cages that were used to carry out this deception.
You got him now.
Whether Professor Harebrain's hypothesis is sound or not makes no difference. Because it's the construction of the machine that matters. A machine designed to take Mr. Asmund's life. And lay the blame firmly at the professor's door. Something that only could have been carried out by you, Mr. Enoch Drebber.
Big mad. Big mad.
Mm-hmm.
Objection.
It's drinking time. Oh!
Yep, that again.
Ugh. Jeez. It's like he's got him trained like a dog. It's weird. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, okay.
Mm-hmm.
If my learned friend has reached the end of his wild assertions, then I suppose we've got nothing left to do here today.
Right.
Crush!
It's the end of the trial, then.
The prosecution would like to crush the defense's argument slowly, tenderly.
Lord Van Seeks.
And Prentice has his hand on his sword again.
Yeah, he's like, slides it out just a little bit, staring at Van Zeeks' back.
So when Van Zeeks gets mad enough to drink, the apprentice gets mad and the apprentice is trained to pull his sword out whenever Van Zeeks needs to drink. Oh boy.
What?
Zeeks is gonna use this against him someday. They'll be at a party.
Mm-mm.
He's like, "It's going to pour myself a glass." Wow! Why did you slice my glass in half? I just felt like pulling it out. Your argument fails to hold water, as my broken chalice fails to hold any more wine.
Right.
On 2 counts.
2?
Like the 2
I can't
eyes.
count to 2!
That's fewer brain cells than you have currently, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
You only started with 2. Firstly, before and after the experiment, this witness went nowhere near the kinesis machine. Every relevant member of staff from the exhibition has attested to that.
And I believe members of the Scotland Yard have also been on watch duty at every public experiment.
In other words, Mr. Drebber had no opportunity to switch the alleged pair of bird cages.
But I've already explained why he wouldn't have needed to.
The nonsense with the crossbow, that doesn't bolster your case at all. The man who disappeared from the stage and the man who crashed into the tower are one and the same. The forensic investigation team's report is unequivocal on that point.
What if it was, you know,
Forged.
forged?
Forged evidence!
Ah!
Ace Attorney bingo! And the second flaw in your assertion is a distinct lack of motive. Why would this man have wanted to take the victim's life? He had no reason to do so. I'm going to make you prove it.
jerk.
You prove he's a big jerk.
A motive. I have to think of everything myself.
Pretty much. Scroll. I have here a contract provided by the witness.
What contract is this, Lord Van Zeeks?
A marriage contract. Wait,
Right.
what? As apprentice, this is not the contract that I. What
Why
is
is
this?
Why is it half filled out with Kazuma Asogi?
Who is the bit? What? Apprentice, the contract into which Mr. Drebber entered with the victim, Mr. Asman. No, not the marriage contract. This one. It reads.
Why do you want me to give it to the defense? I will not.
The apprentice silently pleads. Mr. Drebber is to receive 30% of all remunerations from government grants or other income.
30%, that is certainly favorable contractual conditions. But there was one very important provision bolted onto that clause. What provision?
Mr. Drebber may only uphold this right on condition that both contracting parties are alive.
In other words, if either of us were to die, the contract would have become null and void.
Boy, they really fucking thought this out, man.
You see, I had nothing to gain from Mr. Asman's death. The diametric opposite, in fact.
Yeah, they've got a long way to fake kill this guy. I think you're right, he's gotta be the professor.
I was gonna say, unless he was the professor, in which case,
Mm-hmm.
he would definitely want him dead.
Need I say more? The witness had neither an opportunity nor reason to commit the alleged crime. In short, the possibility of Mr. Drebber having done as you suggest is nil.
Ugh. Ugh.
He's so tired of this shit. Look at how gaily Mr. Zeeks is standing there.
He stands so
He just
gaily.
ugh.
Seems the defense's assertion was somewhat wide of the mark.
It's pretty comical seeing the apprentice standing so like stiff and perfect posture, and Van Zeeks is like, ugh.
Cool.
Is there nothing we can do, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's true. Oh, I wasn't.
Read the contract.
Hereby is a contract with the provider, Trevor, to fund labor and materials to cover the kinesis machine. Okay, that is a very short contract, honestly.
The shortest contract.
It's true. Mr. Drebber had no opportunity to switch the bird cage under the stage with the one on the crystal tower. He couldn't have done it, and in any case, I have no idea what his motive might have been.
It's forged, much like the autopsy report for Cosimo was forged. There is one aspect of your argument that still holds true, however.
Exclamation
I'm
mark.
going to rescue you. There were 2 bird cages. The prosecution is unable to deny that.
Ah,
So I'm sure you're on the right lines, Mr. Naruhodo, and I have no doubt there are other aspects of your assertion that are undeniable truths too.
exclamation mark. Well, it would seem that the defense has no rejoinder to offer. You gave me like 2 seconds.
Good grief.
Well, I must say, I'm a little surprised. I came here to testify about the machine I built, and instead my reputation is defiled. But the prosecution's counter has set the record straight, I think.
You dick.
It's impossible that I'm the culprit.
Objection.
Fuck you! At the beginning of this trial, we believed that there was only 1 birdcage. Yet we know there must have been 2. In other words, there was more to this demonstration than we realized at first. I think it's abundantly clear that the same applies to the culprit.
Get to the point. I'm eager to hear it.
The stage demonstration was constructed and set up in its entirety by you, Mr. Drebber. Therefore, it's inconceivable that you had no hand in the events that transpired. Oh, he big mad.
Look at that. That is a mad face.
That's big mad. So circumstances mean it's impossible that you could have carried out the crime yourself. It points to the fact that someone else was involved. I know exactly who it is. Someone else, counsel. Are you suggesting? Yes, my lord. Mr. Drebber had an accomplice.
Objection.
How about the only other blatantly evil person?
An accomplice now? Well then, I presume you're prepared for what's to come.
You?
No. What? Have you been seeing into my dreams? Now that you're accusing not only this witness, but someone else of the most serious of crimes.
What if I could see your dreams?
You couldn't, though. No one can do that.
Susato's really great at teaching people how to read minds.
I am great at that.
So if I were, let's say, outside of your office...
What?
While you were napping at your desk...
No.
Reading your mind at the same time...
You can't do that.
I could technically see into your dreams, right?
It's...
Because your dreams, your thoughts, your head is a container in which thoughts are contained inside.
That's not how it works.
And so Susato taught me to mind read that you could open the lid of your head.
You can't
and
do
see
that.
Inside of your brain.
There's nothing in there.
Where thoughts are contained.
Wait.
Aha! I got you, Benzeeks!
Slams the bench.
Your Honor, my lord, Lord Benzeeks has admitted that there is nothing inside his head. And therefore, I declare this to be a mistrial.
Objection! The apprentice is snickering. Lord Strongheart descends and chides the apprentice for snickering.
Anyway.
Must not be heard outside his office.
Right.
It was really funny, though. We're talking about murder here, the most serious of crimes.
Exclamation mark.
If these accusations turn out to be false, then back to Nippon with you. Make no mistake. The prosecution will demand an equally serious punishment for your slander. I'm going to punish you. Did you hear that?
He's not. This is the voice. This is the face of a not afraid man.
Uh-huh.
Well, counsel, do you intend to pursue this course and formally accuse another party of involvement in this matter? What do I do here? At the moment, this is little more than a hunch on my part.
That's very,
I don't know for sure if Trevor had an accomplice or if he really is the culprit here.
It's pretty culprit-y, though.
One way or another, though, I have to make my position clear. As a lawyer. And a bottom. I'm a bottom, your lord. My lord, I'm a bottom.
The defense has already established that.
I just wanted to make my position clear. So what's my stance here? Did Deborah have an accomplice or not?
Save. Just in case.
He certainly had a save. The defense is ready to name Mr. Drebber's accomplice. Somehow the two bird cages must have switched. Everything points to that. Yet according to the coroner's report, that's not a possibility.
The accomplice is Dr. Side.
Right. But that inconsistency itself is a clue. Counsel? Oh, my lord? You've received a stark warning already. If you are nevertheless determined, then I must now ask you to identify this alleged accomplice by name. So, your answer, please. Who do you claim to have been Mr. Drebber's accomplice? It's a Susato all along!
Iris!
It was Maelstrom Heart!
Mm-hmm.
It was Dr. Scythe. For sure.
Do it.
Take that!
The name of the person in question is...
Oh. What's wrong, my Nipponese friend? Surely fear doesn't bind your tongue now. It's a little late for that.
Of course I'm afraid. After all, naming her in this capacity is definitely going to make waves. A lot of waves. Could very well turn every single person in this courtroom against me.
This is the path to reawaken your apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it will be all right, Naruhodo-san.
Thank you, Susato-san.
The enemy always appears larger than life, but you'll appear exactly the same to the enemy. You could top Van Zeeks. Wait, I'm a minor.
All right, then, here goes. Come here, Van Zeeks.
You've kept us waiting long enough.
It's just part of my topping of you, Van Zeeks.
Your answer, counsel. Now, can you see my dreams or not? I mean,
Yes.
who's the apprentice?
The person who colluded with Mr. Trevor in order to carry out this wicked crime is you, Lord Van Zeeks.
Mhm.
It's Scotland Yard's coroner, Dr. Courtney Scythe. What in the blazes are you talking about, Dr. Scythe?
The head of the forensic investigation team, and the coroner who conducted the autopsy on the victim.
And the person, might I point out, the person who was stopping us from investigating the fucking thing in the first place. I'm just saying.
Zeeks is mad.
She's the reason why we couldn't fucking investigate the machine. We know that there are 2 bird cages, so who would have carried out the switch to complete the illusion? The accident happened in front of a huge crowd of spectators, and the area was immediately sealed off. Then everybody, police officers included, were banished to make way for the forensic investigation team. When else could the switch have occurred? It could only have been in that team's presence. It's essential that the court determines exactly what happened following the incident. The defense demands that Dr. Scythe be summoned to the witness stand at once to testify.
You are not making any friends, boy.
Ooh.
I love this, though.
Uh-huh.
I love it. Get her!
This guy is me. Juror number 6 is me right now. You got nerve lads standing up there dragging the yard's name through the door. I didn't mean to.
He fell asleep in the middle of his anger.
I literally just pressed the button too fast, but I'm like, whatever. I just it very well. There's no better tattoo marker out there. Dare you call her a criminal?
I too will slam the desk. My learned friend's imagination appears to be wilder than the East End at night, which I know for reasons we shall not discuss here.
Have you been to the red light district in the East End? Excuse you? Hello, Lord Van Zeeks?
Ooh la la.
Exclamation mark.
But the recklessness of your accusation aside, there's another grave problem with your argument. She's a coroner. Did you get what I did there? Never mind. One which the prosecution demands you address at once.
A grave problem.
Oh my word. Who do you claim acted as the victim's doppelganger? Really? Do we have to do this? Zeeks.
You mean the evidence that I've tried to present already, like, twice, please?
Zeeks.
You mean... what?
It's kind of funny how the apprentice is just like... So, like, Zeeks is always moving when you look at him, and Nirkun's always moving when you look at him, but the apprentice is just there, standing perfectly still. God
Certainly, if the bird cage containing the body of the victim was exchanged for another, the cage must also have contained a body.
And yet, no missing persons or accidental deaths of anyone even remotely resembling the victim have been reported. Which means there was no one, dead or alive, who could have fulfilled the role of a body double for Mr. Asmund. I'm handing as much as I can here over to you.
That's true. If my argument is that there's 2 bird cages, then there must have been one person inside of each. I don't know if I have an answer to this yet, have I? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Present evidence. Very well. The defense will address my learned friend's concerns.
Oh, he's getting so sassy. I love him.
By presenting evidence that reveals the true nature of Mr. Asmund's body double. Good gracious, evidence. I do hope this isn't filibustering, counsel. The court is expecting a name.
If you think you have relevant evidence, present it now. Give it to me. I'm ready for it.
Body double and the bird cage were hiding inside the balloon floating above the stage, which means that any witnesses would have only seen them from 60 feet away. So who was it that appeared out of the explosion some 18 meters above the spectators? Aha!
Take that!
We know that the victim, Mr. Asmund, was in the bird cage that was situated inside the kinesis machine on stage. And therefore he couldn't have been inside the second bird cage. Instead, that contains something else. What's been described as a body double, which is what fell from the sky and crashed into the crystal tower. Yes, counsel, according to your somewhat elaborate version of events. And that body double inside the second bird cage was in fact...
Oh, he's psyching himself out a little. It's all right, Naruto-san. You're ready for this. Just steel yourself and come out!
I'm gay! Thank you, Susato-san. I needed that.
Aw, I missed it. Can you court record? I missed that. Come out with it.
I am bisexual, probably.
Mm-hmm.
As I was saying, the body double inside the second bird cage was... as unbelievable as it may seem, that thing that... What the fuck?
Why the fuck is that? What the fuck?
Did you bring that...
Did you bring... What the what?
Who brought this in here?
What is... What? What?
Without
Why?
anyone noticing.
How did we not...
Hello?
Ugh. What the fuckity fuck? Why is that? Objection. How did that get there? Open your eyes and look into mine, my Nipponi's friend. You're getting me very intrigued here. Ooh. Ugh. Now tell me. What are you playing at?
Stand firm now, Ryunosuke. This is the time to show your Japanese spirit.
You can do it.
As the court will observe, this is a waxwork model.
He's so nervous. Aw.
A model, in fact, of an infamous London murderer from 10 years ago, the Professor.
Objection!
Objection. You started by indicting the leader of the forensic investigation team as an accomplice in this crime. And now you've moved on to indicting Waxworks.
Yes, that's about the size of it.
But why? And why this waxwork? Looks nothing like the victim. In fact, it could hardly resemble him less. What possible justification can you give?
If you want to know why, ask Mr. Drebber.
What?
Just days before Professor Harebrain performed his public demonstration, Mr. Drebber abducted this model from Madame Tuspel's. Did you say abducted? And 2 days after the incident at the Great Exhibition, he returned it to the museum.
Then the timing.
It's true, Mr. Drebber. At first I couldn't see why Mr. Drebber would have stolen the waxwork and given it back again. But now the reason is clear. He took it so he could put it inside the second birdcage as a body double for Mr. Assman.
Oh my god.
Objection!
This is fucking stupid.
Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Are you hearing the defense's astonishing proposal? Oh, so soon? That the witness fabricated this vast machine with the intention of deceiving some wretched scientist. That he did so in collusion with the country's finest coroner on a public stage in front of a vast audience. And that, to effect the deception, he used a waxwork model that in no way resembles the victim. Are we really to believe this far-fetched tale? What do you decide? Oh god, we gotta do a summation examination already?
Objection!
No.
Wait! Yes, if you put it like that, of course it sounds implausible. My lord. Oh, fuck
I need
off.
to speak, if you please. God.
Go ahead,
No.
Mr. Foreman.
Myself and my colleagues have reached an agreement.
I hate
Fuck
this.
you, we say. We're going to make you go through some bullshit.
Very good. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leanings for the court here and now.
Guilty!
Oh, I don't want to do this.
Guilty! Guilty!
Ugh.
Kill me!
Rest in pepperonis.
No, don't want to do this right now.
So, as indicated by the foreman, the jury has reached a consensus. I knew that was gonna happen.
We shall get through this, Naruhodo-san. We've made it through all this bullshit. We can get through one more round of it. And uncover some new truths along the way, I'm quite sure.
Yes, I agree. I'm gonna have to appear to the jurors as usual. See if I can persuade them to change their minds.
God, I wonder if these jurors are, like, involved in this shit. Like, though, the lady who looks really high class, I bet she was related to someone who was murdered by the serial killer.
Or she was like, isn't she a fortune teller?
Oh, I
She
didn't remember
could
that.
be related to the Tuspels or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's right. That's totally right.
The defense will now embark on a summation examination. Are you and your fellows ready to proceed, Mr. Foreman?
We are, my lord.
I like how he's like, he did, like Ryunosuke didn't even have to be like, I want a summation examination.
He was just like, well...
It's like, well,
Like, we know what happens here.
we fucking know this guy.
That was pretty great.
Very
Good catch,
well.
baby.
In that case, I will ask you to state clearly for all present to hear the grounds on which each of you has decided that the defendant is guilty of the crime in which he was charged on Thursday, because I am so fucking tired right now, baby. I am literally nodding off in my chair. So, on Thursday, we will have to do our fucking best.
Have to do our best.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go as far as we can.
Like, I will try to sleep as late as I can. so that we can,
Yeah.
as soon as you get off of work.
I will try to stay awake as long as possible, and I'll try to get off work as early as I can. if I
Right.
can,
And then we will do this for as long as we can, but like unfortunately because of how early I woke up and how not great I'm feeling right now, I just can't keep doing this. So, I am very sorry to cut it off so early, but let's find somebody to raid. God, you know, all right, let's do this person. I have no idea who they are. But we're gonna raid this person. Go ahead and say hi. And yeah, have a great night. Join us again on Thursday. Where we will play more Great Ace Attorney. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Oh, it looks like this person's playing Animal Crossing, but they also play Rune Factory. So we love Rune Factory on this channel. So yeah, go say hi. We'll be back on Thursday, and then after Thursday we will be gone for a very long time.
We'll be gone for a freaking week.
We'll be gone for a week, and then
we're gonna come back and we're gonna strum all weekends.
Yeah.
As much as we possibly can deal.
Yeah, so not this coming up weekend, but the weekend after that.
Basically Thanksgiving weekend.
Thanksgiving weekend, we will be streaming like a lot, and then we want to get through this game, guys.
We really do.
So yeah, go say hi, and yeah, I'll see you next time.